Girl, if you don't start auditing your friendships now, you will end up surrounded by women who celebrate your struggles and resent your shine. And I promise you, friendship wounds, they cut deeper than breakups. They don't just leave you lonely, they literally will leave you questioning your worth. Like, I will never forget the time that I realized I was surrounded by people friends actually, who secretly hated me. To my face, they smiled, but every single time I had something good going on for myself, silence. And every vulnerable moment that I had, somehow they twisted it into gossip. And the truth hit me so hard. Like, I knew at that point I was not in a sisterhood. I was in a snake pit. And when I finally pulled back, the punishment came. They called me fake, said I changed. They literally painted me as the villain because I stopped being the girl that they could just drain. And inside of the Pretty Girl group chat, I always hear these stories. Like, there's always a woman who thought that she had a ride or die crew, only to realize that she had frenemies who were waiting for her downfall. Psychologists call this relational aggression. It's when women attack each other through exclusion, rumors, backhanded compliments, and sabotage. And pretty women experience it at higher rates because your literal existence will trigger someone's envy. So here's the pattern. When you are struggling, they rally around you because it makes them feel powerful, right? But when you are glowing, they will literally isolate you because your shine reminds them of what they don't have. It reminds them of their shadows. And because you've been conditioned to not think that you're better than anyone, you shrink yourself just to keep the peace and to make your friends feel better. But babe, here is the hard truth. Peace at the cost of your self-worth is not peace. It's punishment. This is the kind of pretty punishment thing that I wish that we could talk about more. One of the girls in the Pretty Girl group chat told us how her best friend unfollowed her the minute that she started posting confidently on Instagram. And then another one admitted that one of her college friends only called her when she needed a hot wingman to get male attention. I have even had someone tell me, oh, my friend was fine as long as I wasn't crying over men. And the second that I healed, she disappeared. And girl, maybe you have lived this too. Maybe you have dimmed your light at brunch so your friend wouldn't make you feel small. Maybe you've downplayed your relationship wins because your single friends will roll their eyes. And maybe, just maybe, you have tolerated the jokes, oh, Little Miss Perfect over there, and just laughed along with it to avoid being iced out. Let me be urgent with you here. If you don't audit your friendships, you will waste years of your life, trust me, bleeding for these women who are literally feeding off your pain and misery. And that's not fair. So how do we stop the cycle, right? If you ask me, you literally have to separate loyalty from longevity. Just because someone has been in your life for 10 years does not mean that they've earned access to the next 10. And girl, you need to stop believing that silence equals safety. A friend who doesn't say anything when others attack you is not neutral. She's complicit and probably feels the same way. So the shift is this. Your friendships must pass one test. Do they protect your pretty? Meaning, like, do they hold your image and your soul, both with care? Do they clap for you when you win? And do they comfort you when you fall? And if the answer is no, then your softness is not safe there. This is where the friendship audit comes in. Once a month, I need you to sit down and make 3 columns in your journal. Who nourishes me and who drains me and who only calls me when they need something from me. Like, literally write down names. Like, I have done this. Write down those names, and then you decide who gets more access, who gets less, and who gets cut off completely. Because babe, I'm telling you, if you don't do this, resentment will pile up in your spirit until you literally explode. So when you practice the ritual, you're building emotional boundaries in real time. And this is exactly the kind of work that we talk about and chat about in the Pretty Girl Survival Groupchat. Women will share their audits, their heartbreaks, and their breakthroughs. It's where you realize that you're not crazy for feeling isolated. And you're not wrong for outgrowing people who can't handle your natural beauty or your growth. And if you want to go even deeper, the Pretty Girl Survival Guide gives you the exact scripts, prompts, and boundaries that you need to protect yourself. So you never, ever, ever again have to feel punished for being pretty, even in your closest relationships.